Daily English Conversations. I'm Sophia.
And I'm Mason. Today, we have a really exciting topic: love confessions. It's something we all experience at some point, and it's such a heartfelt subject.
Absolutely. Love confessions can be nerve-wracking but also incredibly rewarding. We'll dive into what makes a love confession memorable and share some personal stories and tips.
Let's start by talking about what a love confession is. Simply put, it's when someone tells another person that they have romantic feelings for them. It's a big step and can really change the dynamics of a relationship.
That's right. And there are many ways to do it. Some people choose to be straightforward and direct, while others might be more subtle or creative. The key is to be honest and genuine.
Exactly. And being genuine is crucial. Sometimes, people get nervous and might not express their feelings as clearly as they want to. It's important to find the right words to convey your emotions.
Let's discuss some phrases and words that are commonly used in love confessions. For instance, "I have feelings for you" is a straightforward way to express your emotions.
Yes, that's a clear and simple phrase. Another common one is, "I really like you." It's a bit less intense, but still communicates your feelings.
And for those who want to be a bit more romantic, phrases like, "You mean a lot to me" or "I can't stop thinking about you" can be very powerful.
I agree. These phrases not only show that you care, but also highlight the depth of your feelings. Now, let's dive into a bit of storytelling. Sophia, do you have a personal story about a love confession?
I do. I remember when I was in high school, there was a boy I really liked. We were friends, and I wanted to tell him how I felt. I decided to write him a letter.
A letter? That's a classic move. What did you write in it?
I started by talking about our friendship and how much I valued it. Then, I told him that I had developed feelings for him and wanted to know if he felt the same way.
That sounds like a thoughtful approach. How did he react?
He was surprised at first, but also really touched. He said he had been feeling the same way but didn't know how to express it. It was a great moment for both of us.
That's a wonderful story. It shows that being honest and vulnerable can lead to positive outcomes. Now, let's talk about another approach. What if someone is too nervous to speak directly?
In that case, they might use more subtle hints or gestures. For example, writing a poem or creating a special playlist with songs that express their feelings.
Those are great ideas. Sometimes, actions can speak louder than words. And remember, even if the confession doesn't go as planned, being open about your feelings is always a positive step.
Absolutely. It's important to be prepared for any outcome and to handle it with grace. Love confessions can be a big moment, but they're also a chance to be true to yourself.
Well said. As we continue with this podcast, we'll explore more about love confessions, share more stories, and discuss different strategies for expressing your feelings.
We'll also address some common fears and challenges people face when making a love confession and how to overcome them.
So stay tuned. We're just getting started, and there's a lot more to come. Remember, the most important thing is to be yourself and speak from the heart.
Exactly. And don't forget to think about what makes your confession unique and meaningful to both you and the person you're confessing to.
All right, we hope you enjoyed this introduction to love confessions. Now, we're continuing our conversation about love confessions. We talked about what a love confession is and shared some personal stories. We'll explore different strategies for making a love confession and how to handle the outcomes.
That's right. We'll dive into some effective ways to express your feelings and also discuss what to do if things don't go as planned.
Let's start with some strategies for making a love confession. One approach is to choose a special moment. It could be during a meaningful event or in a place that holds significance for both of you.
Exactly. For instance, if you've shared many happy memories in a particular park, it might be the perfect place to express your feelings. It adds a personal touch and makes the moment even more special.
Another strategy is to use a creative gesture. For example, You could write a heartfelt letter or create a scrapbook of your favorite memories together. This shows that you've put thought and effort into your confession.
Yes, creative gestures can really make your confession stand out. You could also make a playlist of songs that remind you of your feelings for the person. It's a unique way to express your emotions.
Speaking of creative gestures, do you have any stories about unconventional love confessions?
I do. A friend of mine once organized a surprise scavenger hunt for her partner. Each clue led to a place with a special memory, and the final clue revealed her confession.
That sounds amazing. It's such a thoughtful and fun way to show your feelings. What was the reaction?
Her partner was thrilled and deeply touched. It made the confession memorable and showed how much effort she had put into it.
That's a fantastic example. Now, let's talk about handling different outcomes. Sometimes, the person you confess to might not feel the same way. It's important to be prepared for this possibility.
Yes, rejection can be tough, but it's part of the process. It's important to stay calm and respectful. Remember, a love confession is about expressing your feelings, not expecting a specific response.
Exactly. If the response isn't what you hoped for, it's okay to take some time to process your emotions. It's a normal part of life, and it doesn't diminish the bravery of making a confession.
Absolutely. And sometimes, even if the person doesn't feel the same way, they might appreciate your honesty and courage. It can strengthen your friendship and show your maturity.
That's a great perspective. And remember, in a love confession is a way of being true to yourself. It's an important step in understanding your own feelings and in building deeper connections with others.
Well said. So, to summarize, using special moments, creative gestures, and being prepared for any outcome are key strategies for making a love confession.
Exactly. And regardless of the outcome, it's important to be proud of your courage and honesty. It's all part of the journey of love and relationships.
Absolutely. We'll dive deeper into how to follow up after a love confession and how to handle ongoing feelings.
Now, we'll focus on following up after a love confession and managing ongoing feelings.
That's right. Making a love confession is a big step, and how you follow up can be just as important as the confession itself. Let's start with what to do immediately after you've made your confession.
One important thing to remember is to give the other person some space and time to process their feelings. It's a big moment, and they might need time to think about their response.
Absolutely. Avoid pressuring them for an immediate answer. Instead, let them know that you're open to talking whenever they're ready. This shows respect for their feelings and gives them the space to respond thoughtfully.
Another key point is to manage your own expectations. Remember, while you might hope for a positive response, being prepared for any outcome helps you handle the situation with grace.
That's very true. It's important to remain calm and supportive regardless of the response. If the other person needs time, be patient and let them know you're there for them.
And if the response is positive, congratulations. This can be an exciting time for both of you. Communicate openly about your feelings and expectations moving forward.
Yes, if you both decide to take things further, having honest conversations about your relationship goals and how you envision your future together is crucial.
On the other hand, if the response isn't what you hoped for, it's okay to feel disappointed. Allow yourself to feel those emotions, but try not to let them overwhelm you.
It's natural to feel sad if your feelings aren't reciprocated. Talking to friends or engaging in activities you enjoy can help you process your emotions and move forward.
Exactly. Remember, a love confession is about expressing your true feelings, and that in itself is a brave and valuable act. It's part of personal growth and understanding yourself better.
Well said. As you move forward, focus on self-care and maintaining your well-being. It's important to take care of yourself, both emotionally and physically.
And don't forget, every experience is a learning opportunity. Whether your confession leads to a new relationship or not, it contributes to your growth and understanding of love.
Absolutely. And as you continue to navigate your feelings, try to stay positive and open to new possibilities. Love can come in many forms and at unexpected times.
And remember, the skills you've learned from making a love confession, being honest, Expressing your feelings and handling outcomes are valuable in all aspects of life and relationships.
Exactly. So, to recap, following up after a love confession involves giving space, managing expectations, and handling outcomes with grace. It's all about open communication and self-care.
We hope this series on love confessions has been helpful and insightful. Remember, being genuine and true to yourself is the most important part of any love confession.
Thank you for joining us through this journey. We've enjoyed exploring this topic with you and hope you've found our discussions valuable.
Until next time, take care and keep those hearts open.
Yes, stay positive and continue being true to yourself. We'll see you in the next episode.